Dun, 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 dun. You can now receive a guest. Can I? It's like guessing random things. No, a guest. Coffee good. Sup, Lolo? Good morning. Sup, Painter James? Top of the spine day to you, dude. So thinking you should be joining right now. Sup, Gideon? What's a Gideon Bible? Like, what makes it different? Like, how do they get into the hotels? Weird, eh? Sup, Katie? Top of this fine morning to you. Sup, Sierra? So, can you hear the echo in this room? So I cleaned it yesterday, and there was hardly anything in here. Threw away canvases. So I should be doing a dual live now. Somebody's going to join me for 1 hour to ask some questions. Sup, Mel? Hi. Hello, Melanie. How are you, Melanie? Tripping Daisy, aka Duchess of Perth. It's your dukedom, right? Does the Duchess have a dukedom? Melinda. Oh, that's good. I said that. Mel, aka Tripping Daisy, aka Melinda. Mel, me to the Linda. Mel to the Indra. Mel to the Indra. Oh, that's pretty cool. Mel to the Indra. So yeah, I think you should be joining now. I just woke up. I'm going to do my best. I'm awake. And have a direct telephone to Spirit. What's going on? So basically, I'm supposed to do a live now with somebody. I think, with somebody, with Jennifer. Okay, I'll tell her that when she gets out of the shower. Might as well now, actually. There's nobody else who's used to go tell her now. It's a good idea. Excuse. Great, that was a great idea. Great idea. Sup, DBC? Good morning. Mofa goldfish. You know, goldfishes we have a guest in the life. Yes, we do. Kundalini, sup, bro? So, yeah. She should be here. I'm actually technically 12 minutes late. And so she should pull in and be like, yo, and then I'll invite her and she'll join. She has some questions. And I wanted to listen to her channeling again before this, but woke up late. Yes, a guest. Yeah, like, you know, yes, one of the subs, she's basically paid for a 1 hour chit chat, like a dual live. But she has some questions. And I'm like, you know, what are the questions? Because Spirit should know the questions already. She has a spirit, right? You know, she's me, right? So I'm like, the idea of like jumping in the deep end, going, there could be any questions. What if I don't know the answers? But then it also feels like absolute creation. You guys are absolute creation, God, absolutely. And then you just every day bring up topics to see if I know stuff, if I've learned the syllabus, basically. Because technically I know everything, because I know how everything's interconnected. And so anyone can bring up any topic and I'll feel what they want filled in, technically. Oh really, DVC? It's so chill, dude. It's so chill. Like these lives, you guys, I can imagine you can't forever always catch them, you know? Which is fun sometimes. Like there's people that have been around for like 4.5 years now, and then they'll go for like 9 months and then return. There's at least 1,000 people that I've, you know, know their names and talk to them on like for 2 weeks, and then they'll go do stuff and then like rock up again. It's quite cool. Because you can't keep track of it. You can keep track of about 150 people in your mind. And then, you know. But yet the others are still in your mind. You don't have them on, you know, at the tip of your mind. So it's nice. It's nice being reintroduced to people that you had memories with. So let's see if she gets here. And then I've got 3 readings to do after this. Kundalini, sup dude? So did I ever tell you about the solar investment thing? We invested in solar farms where it's a third, where they build them. They are solar farms, but they build them on school. They build them on school halls on the roofs, and then it works in like a 3-way division. In fact, not just the halls, but the school building, so that and then it's some of the better schools, the affluential schools, but it's mostly I think they pair up actually, and so that the school gets a monthly money from the electric production. The people who invest get their thing for 20 years, and then obviously the people who are running the whole operation. It's and I had that idea in 2015. I was like, why don't you just come up with systems where, Trinity systems with solar, and then the schools can get funding, and then anything that needs funding in this world, you target them. They get the solar first. And then they do rounds of fundraising. So like there'll be like 2 months where it's like, okay, we got these things popping up. You can buy stuff. Yes, Daniela, I completely cleaned my room yesterday. Threw away some canvases that were not perfect. I was measuring the right angles and then I'm like, this isn't good enough. And then I was like, yeah, but maybe it's art. It still reflects my soul. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't like these canvases. So yesterday I did a whole cleaned all the windows in the whole home, shower doors, because shower doors are glass. All the glass in the house was cleaned. Because once you do that, then the light can like bounce through everywhere. And then I cleaned all my floors, the dishes, total clean. And then I'm going to make sure I'm alive 6 every morning. Then I'm going to focus on painting, and then I'm going to build an ashram on the side of the room. All the Ascended Master photos, and anyway. Sup, Roxanne? Sup, DBC? DBC, thank you so much for the good game, for the gifts, thank you. It is cool. Is that your other business? But for real, like, do you have like a cleaning company? You're like, no, that's my business. I love to clean. Because I was thinking now, my cat, the one cat, the not hairy cat, she's got white hair and it's thick, and she produces hair. Oh, like I've got this new vacuum cleaner, which I'm kind of proud of it. I'm actually going to show you. This is you're mature when your vacuum cleaner is one of your prized possessions. Have you ever thought of painting straight on the walls? That's an idea. Because as long as I get the palette and I replace this color when we move out. Soulful cleaning. You lie. That's the best, Daniela. And then do you smudge the house afterwards and cleanse it spiritually as well? Because that's a thing. Here in South Africa, there's people that you pay money, eh? They'll come to your house and be like, right, spirits have been moving through here. DBC says good morning. We have 2 Dysons. Oh, really? Miss Fancy with the fancy vacuum cleaner. She's got 2 Dysons. Yeah, that's good. Now watch, Daniela, right now in a parallel universe, Daniela, I'm the leader of a civilization, and so are you. And you're like, we've got 2 Dyson spheres. And I'm like, oh, fancy you. We're still 1,000 years from getting one. We were kind of backwards. This is the bad boy, but look at it. The thing can be emptied out. The top opens, so you get to watch all the dust go inside it, and then it has a super HD, the filter that you should have had on your face during Novid. And then this vacuum is for pets. It literally spins. This thing spins 16 times faster than the Earth. No, I don't know, but it picks up all the fucking hair. It's pretty cool, eh? Reduce the mites. You've got a whole civilization living in your bed. Everybody does. Of little creatures that eat your dead skin. Anyway, that bad boy cut the population in half. So there's a civilization out there where I'm a flippin' tyrant. Deanna, good morning. That's it. Spring cleaning. Let's go. And you guys know, hologram. You clean a desk, you clean the universe. And this isn't some crazy spiritual bullshit. Everything else I've said is crazy spiritual bullshit, but this isn't. It's true. If you clean with mindfulness, you literally cleanse. I'm telling you, it's facts. Deanna! That's so good. So, Deanna, like, I'm proud of my vacuum cleaner. I was thinking my cat leaves so much hair. And then yesterday I was cleaning and I realized I need to clean every day to maintain a certain par level of cleanliness. So the idea is to clean and then today, just every day, put in 1 hour where your idea is to try and leave it cleaner than it started. And then the next day, same story. Because as soon as it goes past critical mass, humans get cancer. No, wait. See how my brain works. It draws parallels on all systems. Same with your karma. If your karma backs up too much, then you're gonna go, what the, just might as well just fucking leave it. Might as well just swear at strangers. You know what I'm saying? You don't do the mindfulness thing because it's so meaningless. The space between events happening and your thoughts. The space between how clean it is and how, you know what I'm saying. There's a parallel there, okay? I've been the best. Yeah, you have. Have you not been the best? Yeah. Yeah, me neither. No, and my wife, we're the same. So we're happy to, like, although she just works freaking hard. So she's not really to be included in the conversation of cleanliness. Because she literally does 10-hour days and stuff and then comes home and she does this other advertising job as well. I should technically look after her, clean the house, feed her, carry her to work. So yeah, so that was that. So the point is the cat's hair produces so much and every day I need to sweep and mop. Because it's with these nice wooden floors and it's better to mop with one of those, flat things, because that way you pick up all the dust. I love you guys. We just spent the last 5 minutes talking about cleaning. And then I take a squeegee sponge and some clean window stuff and I spray it on my forehead. Oh, thank you, Kundalini, bro. Thank you so much. And then I go, and then I see like fireworks. I see fireworks. I see dead people. I see fireworks. Thank you so much, Kundalini. So Kundalini's point is, and then that solar farm story pays out in Bitcoin. Pretty cool, eh? And it's 20 years. And it technically takes 4 years for the amount of money you spend to get it back. So it's pretty much a 5-year Bitcoin investment. You know what I'm saying? And then up to the 10th year, obviously, if you're not stupid, you can put that aside. And then I see it like a fallback plan. Like a 20-year retirement fallback plan. It's like if everything really goes really bad, then like, oh fuck, I suppose I can still eat soup that I buy with my solar money, my solar coin, Bitcoins, you know what I'm saying. We vacuum the floors every day, best window cleaner is vinegar water cloth, and you really did not know, you legend. It's like, I thought you were spiritual, you and Danielle spent the whole life talking about cleaning products. I'm like, yeah. And then I was thinking what I want to do is get lemon peels, blend it. Like I want a natural, nice smelling house, And I'm thinking lemon's nice, potpourri, maybe. The idea of, I wanted like a lemony something that I wipe my door frames with. I kept my spirit guides were like, make lemon water and wipe the door frames. I'm like, why? Spirits. I'm like, well, the spirits could come through the floor. And they're like, no, the door's a metaphorical entrance. Okay. You should see me in spirit. I swear I'd love to listen to the recordings. Because I'm like, I go up and down. Like, I go up to spirit's level where I get what it's saying, and then I go right down to, but I'm a human. But I don't understand. And then I do, so that way it creates a nice fun dialogue for me to listen to. Otherwise I'm just listening to perpetual either correction, because I am still a cross-section of the collective. So then I'll like lean into what it's trying to, it's fun, I love it. Plus, it's like running a diagnostics. Wash your floors with basil. I'm telling you, that was the other idea I was getting. Well, that will bring it about. Really, Danielle, that's what I'm talking about. I need these insight. I didn't mean to send an invitation, it was an accident. Tanya, sorry. Or do you see? I don't know who I sent it to. That's brilliant. Basil, you say. Let's find a basil plant nearby. And like Robert Thai basil. You know, lemon and basil sounds brilliant. Blend that up. See me making all these homemade cleansing things. So we got here is 50 litres of boiled lemon peels. And what's that word? Rosemary. Yeah, rosemary and basil and lemon. Grand Rising, Hannah. Top of this fine day to you. Rosemary bushes, hey? Oh, they smell good. And then mint. And a bit of mint. Now we added, I'll just throw some lavender in there. Wait a minute, could we be going overboard at this point? Not lavender. Okay. Or geranium. I hate geranium. Rosemary bushes everywhere. You there as well? Where are you at, Hannah? You're like a fisher. What? That's where I stay. Well, I live in Sunday Road. And Hannah's like, I live in number thingy. And then I'm like, bang, bang, bang. And Hannah's like, what? No ways. Bang, bang, bang. Fucking neighbors. No ways, Hannah. That's so cool. Restaurant opens in 2 hours. Breakfast. What are the mystic properties of wisteria? That's a great question, Sierra, because I don't know. So let's see if Spirit's going to let me down. Hold on. It's a mystery. Nobody knows. Those are the housewives, the real housewives from Wisteria Lane. That's what Spirit said. That's the final answer. The secret housewives. Which ones? I don't know. You say the secret housewives, maybe. The secret housewives of Wisteria. Isn't it the secret housewives of the real housewives of Mysteria? Maybe, maybe not. Big Pants, he wants to know. Wait, what wisteria? I don't even know what wisteria is. Is it like a kind of ivy?
It's really beautiful.
Can you picture it for a second so I can picture it so I can get an idea what its properties are? Spirit, stop letting me make me look stupid. Just tell me what it does.
Wisteria is like a jacaranda and a bougainvillea had a baby. Even prettier.
No, this is so funny. Spirit, come on, answer me. Purple flowering vine. That's what I got. What flower did I say? Oh, vine. I got the vine. So when I said poison ivy, I was thinking vine. So Spirit's at least cluing me in. Gosh. See, you see that? See that, guys? I don't know this plant. It shows me vine-ish energy, which is why I said what I said. So it just shows you. Either it's quantum or spiritual. Same thing. It's either, you know what I'm trying to say. So I do have access to little moments like that make me realize it is what it is. Okay, properties. Tell me now the properties. What? No, man. Don't tell me it can help you connect with your ancestors. That's boring. Help you reconcile with the past. What? That's nonsense. Look it up. Something to do with ancestors and reconciling with the past. Stupid answer. Here comes a tree. Oh my God. I love all those kinds of, those are like, cherry blossoms and like the hanging gardens of whatever. Is that wisteria?
But now, do you see why I say it's like jacarandas and bougainvilleas had a baby?
Is it a love potion? Ooh. And it's invasive, isn't it? It's such a pretty plant.
See jacaranda.
Because we got jacarandas up in thingy. It is pretty. So we got jacarandas up in Pretoria, and then where I'm from in Zim.
And in Newlands.
And in Newlands.
Oh my gosh, I can't type.
Natalie, good morning. Rindy.
Bougainvillea.
Oh.
So do you see why I say it's like
why
a
now you
jacaranda
said
and a bougainvillea had a baby?
No way.
Is a wisteria. Do You see what I mean?
Now, do we ever get them locally?
Bougainvilleas.
Oh, you have jacarandas, DVC? No ways!
That's so cool.
So you like your plants? That's so cool. That's so cool. We must so get property this year. Because then I can just go crazy with the garden. That's what I'm nuts about. And it'd be so nice because the properties you get, you'll get a property here that's a fixer-upper. So you want to kind of not strip the garden, but you want to start fresh. I'll basically landscape. And then the point is that as soon as you get the home, that's what I'll be doing every day, live streaming, just working on the property basically. Your house, the jungle, that is so cool. Guys, we must so get a spaceship together one day. It's like, when we finish college, we should move to the big city together and get a giant house, communal house. But our version is, guys, one day we share a spaceship. You know what I mean? Each of our rooms are like 3 meters by 3 meters, but then you can go into the dimension compression technology. Each of us has like constellations, got planets. Who wants to visit my garden planet? No snakes. Well, there's lots of snakes, but they don't bite you. Well, they bite you. It's more like, no. More like a friendly, we are building a garden this summer. That is so cool. And you would just catalog. 70 houseplants. That's my thing as well. I want to turn my house into like a greenhouse. I love that. We probably are plants. Humans are probably like taken out of our natural habitat. Placed on earth in a glass jar. No snakes. Yeah, no snakes, no. Snakes freak me out. Oh, that's whatever. We go to a snake park, and I walk in. It's very, very much like Harry Potter. And then the snake looks at me, and I'm walking around. We definitely, that Daniel, you read my mind. I was going to say we're taken out of our natural mushroom planet. Dr. Robotnik, Jim Carrey, that's actually where we're from. A planet full of golden teachers. I think my brother almost definitely microdosed yesterday. For the first time, I think. But he did it the other day, but he was marking papers. He's a lecturer. It's pretty cool. He's doing his doctorate. My brother the doctor. And I'll be like, I'm joking. And he's like, I can't help you. I'm like, I'm joking on Apple. Heimlich maneuver, bro. And he's like, I don't know how to do Heimlich maneuver. I'm not a doctor of biology. Sorry, dude. But if you want to discuss finances, I'm here for you. Brother. Why do I feel the energy of me? It's like, rather than go to brother, like, break my arm on a table. Oh no, bone sticking out. If only there was a doctor that could heal me. Brother's like, we're going into a bear market. How does that help my broken arm? He's like, it doesn't. Just trying to be friendly. Why do I feel the energy of be careful what you wish for? Because it's guys, listen to me. This is no longer about bad and bullshit, not nice. This is, can you handle the good? Can you handle abundance? Can you handle things going your way all the time? This is what this is about now in life. In fact, you go through trauma to heal it, not so you can go through more trauma, so you can handle joy and happiness. You're literally having your emotional body expanded. Stay grounded. Yeah, because you will. Imagine perpetually manifest on manifest on manifest. That could ruin you. God goes, I ruined myself. I de-nerfed our nerfed reality, gave myself all the cheat codes, and now what's the point? And then the human gets uninspired. So God rocks up with 84 subscribers and goes, God, what is the spirit? And I'm like, hey, somebody's interested. And then it's just God taking the mickey out of me every day, or helping me with my syllabus, making sure I've got it I've got it waxed. It can get hectic. I think a year and a half ago, at my cousin's wedding, I was getting that. I was like, whoa, I better stop smiling. You know, the whole 17-second smiling thing. I went through a phase where I did it like every evening for like 51 seconds. Because then you manifesting good things behind good things, and you just lose track. Being content is actually what we seek. Do that. That's very good, Sierra, because it is. There are moments when it bunches up on itself. It can. And I find verbalizing, just like if you're on a strong, if you take a strong dose of psychedelics and it's getting too much, if you just verbalize, if you go, it's too much, then it doesn't feel as bad. I remember on it going, hey guys, if you just talk about it all the time, just describe what you're going through. Every time I move my perception from me to other, I can see it's me turned inside out. And then the difference between my judgment of my last self-perception is the projection. Also, the walls are melting. And I realize I live in an immaculate universe that doesn't actually have an agenda, or it's not really going anywhere. I've got childish habits. Crystal, long time. How goes it? Top of this fine morning to you. Stay calm, one step at a time. That works, the breathing, And then also see, for fun, next time it's getting hectic, try the other one. Try the one where you're like, nope, it's terrible. It's, oh no. Try and get a spontaneous laugh by almost giving yourself no sympathy. Like, you can say, so what's the worst that can happen? And then look to the horizon. Some guy out there with a blocked third eye. Why'd you call it the horizon? It's the he-rizon. Men built everything. Sorry? Excuse me? It's also a he-rizon because men built stuff. Yeah, after their mother gave birth to them. It's the horizon, okay? You respect the divine feminine. I know, I missed you guys. Being strict with my bedtime. Very good. It's really cool. Discipline, pattern creation. Yeah, you got to be careful, I see, right? It's like, what else have I got to lose? Suddenly the ground falls out from under you. But it is, I hear what you're saying as well. Like sometimes you'd rather be like, listen, and it's funny at the end of the day because it's just your will. It's so funny, I don't know what to say, because we're playing so many roles. We're what we are to ourselves in our own experience, but we're also moving with the collective. The collective's moving us, and then we're either moving against the collective or with it to help with its momentum. When you're moving for self, you know what I mean? You're also moving for other, but you can't do both, but you can. And it's that balance between where the self and the others, where their definitions come into existence, that balance them so that neither exist. So you don't look to the last experience to define. You look to your divine to define. Otherwise, it's a closed system. It's a continuation. That's why I seriously say, my new thing, that's why I spend more time meditating every day, is focusing on being. The being. Instead of being doing and defining through its doing. The being. Well, what is the anatomy of my being? How does my being manifest itself? What is my being in relation to environment? Not what is my being going to do with environment? How does my being give way to environment? How does environment give way to my being? Basically my 9th dimensional and above. Because all this activity causes you to identify and you're not the activity. Stay seated in awareness, that's it. So I'm going to the point where cleaning and like 2-3 hours of meditation a day will be like a job. to have no thoughts moving through me. And what it'll do, it'll be the equivalent of turning the planet's contrast up. When I'm in silence, the planet's contrast, people will hear themselves louder. They'll be like, oh my gosh, do I think like that? I don't have to. That's fascinating, Sierra. Do you see now, you almost get like a special moniker to look into the singularity of things by you listen to people discuss anything. Everybody's having a fever dream. And it's okay to cognitively have one. I mean, if I go, I walked on the road yesterday and a blue car drove past me and then the guy said this and I said, why didn't you do this? You can now go, oh my gosh, Garth manifested a blue car. We're all living inside our own dream and delusion. And when we talk about anything, we're talking about how we're relating to the self. So now you've got that you can translate. You can listen to someone go. And then I said to my boss, at least give us half a day. And you go, oh, sure. In other words, that being with its superstructure is looking for its permission to, because it's half truth, half not. You're going to get good at being able to auto-translate. While growing up, then I pause it. Wait. Yeah. Then that's the thing, Sierra. So as an individual, you can do it. Now, you see the difference? See the difference, Sierra? Where if you had said that to yourself and then you held it. Fucking let you down? How dare they? I mean, why even bother? And it's true. How many humans stay there? I'm still upset that my teacher held me back. Or whatever the story is. And you go, how many of those do you average? And then, or you go, oh God, it's all me. Suddenly it's like, chill. There's a divine genius reason. If it was them, then fuck them, but it was you, And then now the universe, now if you pack those away, meaning every time you used another for your narrative, you get rid of all of them, throw them all away, no other for no narrative. Now there's no narrative. There's just a being. And that being, holding its being position, will remind all the other beings that we don't have to, talk about echoes from yesteryear that aren't even real once you break them down into their pieces. They're combinations, breaking up you can't combine nothing to make nothing or something. You know what I'm getting at? So then you sit in immaculate readiness to experience the next thing that will actually bring you joy. And or your presence brings others joy because they have moments of clarity. Knowledge of who you truly are is where all happiness is actually coming from. Activities that contain aspects of your true nature is why the activity makes you happy. And that now Painter James, that is a glimpse so that it's lost, so that it's retained. So 2 months from now, a month from now, it's going to be even sooner. Because every time I say what I said, the two things I just said now made you jump and get more interested in it. 2 weeks from now, that you're going to have the same clarity. So you can imagine if you have a dream where you're abducted by aliens show you the universe back to front, show you it's all the same thing, and even show you 4 lifetimes where you hung out with them, and they planned the Painter James lifetime, you would have a memory wipe. Why? Because you couldn't hold that level of information. So you weren't really memory wiped, you just lost the dimensional vocab, but when you catch up, the memories return. It's the same as your past and parallel lifetimes. When you get up to a high enough vibration, it appears that you get your memories back. It's just that you can't hold those memories where you were. When you get there, then they come back. So, and it's all integrated. So it's not like, me remembering 90 lifetimes is a lot of information. There's a 4D lattice pattern where lifetimes fit into each other perfectly. And then if you zoom out, it just takes on, literally, if you zoom out 50,000 lifetimes, you've got the two ends of those 50,000 lifetimes. So it's really just hologram. It's the same thing. It's like a sandworm. Or, I don't know if you know that thing, but he takes on a whole bunch of sandworms to make a giant sandworm. Your days are a whole bunch of experiences to create one experience. Which one? All of them. See, I can see that, how that actually works. I can see the dimensions. It can't be verbalized, but it's happening around you all the time, so you will get impressions of it, energetic, your third eye intuition. I see, I believe it comes back often while I sleep, yeah. Myself to have a certain quality, I just believe they already have it because I have it. Sierra, it works exactly like that, because the opposite is working, where people have past experiences that they didn't enjoy, and can you imagine like flinching at things? So when you're interacting with someone, your subconscious flinches that they're going to repeat what happened, and you actually make them do it. And the opposite of that is what you're saying, where you give reality the benefit of the genius, the benefit of the doubt. You give it the God quality. I'm really working on that, going from 8th, 9th, where I refuse to talk to anything as if I'm not talking to the absolute. And then instead of thinking of it as God, think of it as me. In other words, there is a way of thinking of it where you think of God as an other slightly better than self. You get what I'm saying? And then there's the thinking of somebody else knowing something slightly better than you, but then somebody else also knows something. Don't train yourself to treat others like they always know exactly what you know, and that they're the exact God matching your vibration. So then as soon as there's discrepancy in them, you must have micro-judged the situation, and therefore it's judging you in real time. That's mastery, that's self-mastery. Doing that as a practice is the same as doing practicing an exercise that will allow you to execute a move right. That 9/10 the speed of light. You're going to know just before manifestation happens what psychological attitude to hold, so that you're literally jumping and then manifesting the step, so to speak. Reality is going to be there. We're all working towards that. Relationship with self, when you see yourself third eye to third eye, when you see yourself eye to eye, reality is you. And then there's no middle people and no discussions. It's not going to be a complicated thing, and there'll be no need for conversations about it. Once you've got it, you've got it. And most of you guys, from your guide's point of view, which your spirit guides has told me, it's like you've almost nerfed yourselves to come and talk to me. I'm aware of what's going on around me. Well, that's exactly it, Painter James. It's your astral system has transcended the gravity of karma. And it just means your fourth dimensional self is sorted out. Exactly, Crystal. Exactly. And not even just old-fashioned above. There's nothing. The universe isn't here to be clever or smart. It is made out of the same intelligence. So therefore, if a being isn't applying it, it is applying it, and you're not applying another intelligence. There's a humility that's an intelligence. To look at something, a hologram, because reality is a hologram, to look at a hologram like it's not equal in all parts, that's not intelligent. So if you judge any part of 3D reality as not equal to all aspects, you're instantly judging yourself only. See, it's not even a spiritual thing. It's like, no, the science is explained this is a hologram. It's like holograms are equal in all portions. See, there'll be a natural distribution of energy in an equal environment. Or an environment that perceives itself to be equal. Sure, Sierra. Like, does the collective usher you home, or do you know what I mean? It's the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Jennifer, good morning. Ding. Crystal. So Jennifer, do you want to join? Do you want to join the live? Yay, Crystal. Jennifer. I'm glad Jennifer's not late. It's like, no, you're late, God. You're a day late. Yeah, but because I knew you'd live like, I think 10 minutes after 6. I felt bad, Jennifer. So I'm glad you're here later. Because it would have been 2 days in a row. What's up, Crystal? Crystal, isn't today the 19th? I'm trying to do you have to check myself though? I could easily get a big head. I think it's both. Crystal, Sierra. Oh, is it tomorrow? Oh yeah, your tomorrow. My today. Anyway, what did I say about big head? Ego, Sierra. I was watching a video yesterday about 2 types of ego. There's the ego that makes me think I'm separate to things, and then there's the ego that connects and binds and is the cause of all things. I still invented the atom. I don't know, can't you hold absolute knowledge of absolute creator, that you're it, and then be like, yeah, and? Integrate your personality into full knowledge of God, and there's nothing in this universe that should give you a big head, because it's not impressive. Nothing's impressive. You've done nothing, In fact, your universe as God is a default creation based out of energy expressing itself because it lost track of itself. So therefore it created an energetic expression of that fact. Which means God's not even that clever or bright. It's like default. It's like, oh, look how you displaced the water by putting the object in the water. God's so clever. I'm like that. I'm like Thoth or a humorous master, assimilate creation and then treat it like it's nothing. So if I'm treating everyone like they're equal and it's not impressive, then nobody else can treat each other. It's what have you done? Eclipse the possibility of being impressed with this place. Is confidence ego? Yeah. Because ego only is, hey, you're wrong, I'm right. Because I'm not you. That's ego. And it's like, no, there's also the ego that says, no, I'm everyone and everything, and I always have been. There's 2, I think you spoke about it yesterday, the Kriya Yoga guy. There's 2 egos. Ego should not be destroyed. They're using words that they don't understand, you know what I mean? They use a word ego to traditionally represent I'm an individual and I'm separate to you. And I'm going to naturally want to argue with you or compete with my reflection. There's that ego. That's the false ego. The true ego is that I'm connected to everything and everyone and I always have been. It's just the word was learnt when we were still in 3D Kali Yuga. But the word means individuality, which you are a total individual, individual, individe, dual. You're an individe, dual. A jewel. You're a jewel. It's individual. That's pretty cool. Have pride in what you do, so you can treat it as nothing and everything. True confidence is the absence of the false ego. Yeah. But then is it confidence? Because confidence is confidence like bravery? Do you have to be scared and still do it? If there's nothing to be confident towards because you're connected to everything and you're supported. The opposite of false ego is your true ego, which isn't confident. Am I strong if I'm strong? You get what I'm saying? Or am I strong if I push past my strength par level? If I'm naturally good, am I confident? Or is it just a byproduct of my goodness? You know what I mean? Does confidence, to be brave is to be scared and do it anyway. Because there your bravery is being measured by your sphere that you overcome. If you're not overcoming something to be confident, am I really confident? And is confidence then a bluff if you're not because confidence doesn't get measured. Unconfidence gets measured. Confidence is because you don't. It's like going back to thank Jesus for healing your leprosy. You don't acknowledge confidence unless you lack it. So someone who lacks it will acknowledge it in somebody else. And then if you take the spider's 7th leg and you put it on the 9th web, wait, what are we talking about again? La 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 la. Hey there, baby. Kundalini. Wait. Are you leaving?
No, it doesn't say that.
That's rad. Didn't Thingy get you now? Where is she? Blue door. What's up? Yeah, Jennifer. So Jennifer, did she come and go? Did she come and go? Jennifer, Allison, Philippa Sue, Annabelle. I forget your name. I love to hear the law of opposition overly explained. It's hilarious. Have you heard of the law of polarization? It's like the opposite of anything is also true. It's like, what happens if you put the law of opposition and the law of polarization in the same room and they pretend to thumb fight? It's called thumb war. No, it's thumb fight. Thumb war has been copyrighted. I'm not allowed to say thumb war. W-O-R. I can say Andy. I don't know, Warhol. Andy Warhol thumb. Anyway, point is, thumb, but they mock thumb battle. The law of opposition and the law of polarization. Get back, thumb. No, you get back. Oh, I tripped on. I accidentally kissed. I'm supposed to be fighting. We don't want to fight. We're thumbs, not fighters. Yeah, that's all we are. It's holding our mirrors to each other. It's great. No, we're not. It's like, no, we're not. That's what's so fun about contradiction or breaking, once you've enlightened yourself and you know what creation is, it's a perfection. Then you try and break character, Or you try and break the thing. It's like, oh, is it? I know you are, but what am I? Because that's what the universe is doing to you. It's doing multidimensional, perfect reflections of you. So you're like, oh, is it? Oh, try this. But you can't copy me now. So literally, the universe is your best friend. Technically, that thing. You've got a friend in me, blah, blah. Spirit's very faithful. The energy behind matter that's manifesting your experience. It's faithful. No, God, you've got an AI companion. I do. Yes, your human body is organic AI. Your spirit identifies with it. That's true. That's true. We're thumbs, not fighters. Back, thumb, back. Oh, sorry. Stop kissing me. You're making me look stupid. Yeah, but your lips are so soft. Stop it. Okay, don't. Okay. I'm going to look this way and close my eyes. Don't kiss me. I told you not to kiss me. This is the law of opposition and the law of polarization. They're actually best friends when no one's looking.
What are the opposites?
Pretty much. That'd be quite sad. Two magnets. Two positive magnets. Like, ooh, who's that magnet? Ooh, who's that magnet? I love you. I fucking love you. No, I fucking love you. Fuck. No. And that's Lady Hawk Part 2. Never could they be together. If I get my hands on you, I'm going to do things to you. How do you think? Fuck.
Why did my brain just go Lady Black Hawk down?
That's hilarious. Lady Black Hawk down. That's so good. The sun's setting and they're going to bring the supplies to the hungry people. But then, then the nighttime changes and it goes from petrodollar. That's such a funny. Could you do that? Could you tell a story of Lady Black Hawk Down? where the people don't actually get the food. They don't get the aid. Instead, it's $1 weapons exchange program. You know what I mean? They almost touched, but then they didn't. They almost got the wheat. But then BlackRock came in with the reconstruction. Sure. See, like, you guys followed all of that. You know how intelligent you got to be. You know, Lady Hawk, they could never be together because they couldn't quite touch. Which is deep, because creation is a dream, because nothing actually touches. As in, remember the time you picked up the coffee cup? No, I don't. The coffee cup levitated. My hands are atoms these things don't actually touch each other. My mind convinces myself that I have a hand, which is my 5-dimensional self. And then I make a miracle called levitate the cup. You just do that. Pretend you're only 2 eyes. Everything else is an illusion. Fuck. I mean, I can... You know what I mean? You can do all kinds of things. You can make a stick float if you want. You should play with your imagination. Little exercises. Be reliable on other versions of myself. That's so good. I watched such a good one. Carrie, there's this guy that does financial advice on YouTube. Yeah. And it's people that are like really dope. So, and the one girl's all like, I don't like to earn money because the inner part of me was hurt. And I like people to support me so my inner child feels like it's loved. So I don't like to work. But I do have 20 people who support me. He's like, yeah, and they give you this much money and you blow it. You're like, yes, but when I want something, I have to get it. Otherwise, I feel like I don't love myself.
Is that for real?
Yeah, no, for real. The girl's for real. She's thriving. She has a whole bunch of people entertain her because she's that way, you know. And like, you know, her parents took her $4,000 credit card because she maxed it out. And then, oh no, she didn't max it out, but then she took it to them and she's like, look, I've got 4,000 credit. Isn't that good? She was proud, she was really proud. And the parents like, no, that's the debt. And she's like, oh. And then she makes enough money, but she doesn't put money into it. And then eventually her parents are like, let's us just take the credit card, and then we'll pay it off for you. And then if you want to use the money, you can. And so the guy's like, but your parents are making you soft, and they're making you worse off. He's quite harsh. He's quite harsh with her. And the funny thing is, that's God taking the piss out of him. God's like, I can't do things. How do we do it? You know, and then when he explains to her on a financial level how to manage her energy, she's actually explaining to him on another psychological level how to manage his own energy. So you imagine how many lifetimes you slowly get enhanced, but you don't realize. You think you're helping and doing things, and meantime the universe is like, I just want to meet you in the middle. That's why a yogi, a spiritual person who denounces the world, doesn't participate in and it exists to enlighten. To me, that's the only thing of actually any value. I don't know why I said that. I forgot my reason for rejecting a pointless carousel. Life is a never-ending carousel. And you can misunderstand others and get pissed off with them and then get revenge. See you in 20,000 lifetimes. Because for 20,000 lifetimes, you're not going to want to hear anything I'm saying right now. You're going to be like, no, that fucker did something to me and I'm going to get them. But what if it was actually just a misunderstanding where you saw your reflection wrong? I'm Gemini, so I keep it up. I usually watch video in 2 times, but that's so cool. Only way out is in. Amen. Preach it. Sup, Chelsea? Deanna, I can't get over you thanking me because I was, like in meditation yesterday, I was feeling where you and everybody else, how you slightly enhanced when I'm reminding or discussing or da-da-da-da-da. And I didn't know where to, like, I'm so grateful that there's people to be grateful. But I can still feel the effect I'm having, so... And then I'm grateful that I put the word... And then I'm like, yeah, but I didn't do anything. I was built this way because God, you know... But then the people that are thanking me are the ones... That's still God. You get what I'm saying? Like, thanks God for pretending that there's anything to remind you guys about, basically. The beauty of it's so that there's, it's just like a, it's like a, oh, look, a drugless high. Why like a drug? Well, because drugs are bad. So it's like getting high, and it's like the first time, you know, the first time you don't feel. It's a priceless joy. It doesn't have a cost. They leave it at that. Because even your gratitude is you thanking your own spirit for projecting me to remind you. You still get full credit. Each individual gets full credit for creation. So you can just say, I'm only here in personality format, so others don't feel insecure. But personalities aren't real. La di da la 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 la. Only it starts and ends where we agree upon agreed upon reality. Cat, I love you? Thank you.
Weird tangenty question. Val had 2 toothbrushes, didn't she?
Val. Val? I thought you said Belle.
Val.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she had 2 toothbrushes.
So do I now.
My wife's turned into my mom. But the good one. The good mom. I was adopted.
I've also got 2 toothbrushes now.
Deanna says, you lift me up. When I hear about you having 2 toothbrushes, you raise me up so I can stand on ceremony. No. Stand on standoff. Stand on. Anyway, what was it saying? Stand on, lift me up, wifey. Deanna said hi, and what else was there?
Sorry, just taking this moment to remind everybody, don't forget to floss.
Yeah, don't forget to floss. What's floss?
Not the dance.
Oh, I don't know. I was like, so like gonna floss now. Isn't it also the flossy? Isn't it in a song? All of the flossage. What's flossage? I don't know. I think this is funny. Flossage. Oh, that's so cool. Daniela was just thinking about flossing.
Good.
It's funny, Daniela. Can you imagine when all of us guys, when we have this ceremony, who did you send a subscription to? You did. You are such a legend. Colorado chick. Kundalini sent Colorado chick a subscription. That's so lovely. Oh, Deanna just made it up. That's so good. And Deanna, you think you make things up. But as soon as you do, the whole universe makes a backstory. And like it'll instantly, faster than time, light, space, write you a backstory. You can't make shit up, Deanna. You literally can't. Like you're God. So the universe is going to be like, okay, try, lie. And I'll go find it for you straight away. It's always been that. What we call lie and truth is where others do or don't agree with us, which are just shadows of polarized other. So even when you don't agree with you it's beautiful. Once you go 12th dimensional, you're always right and God's always agreeing with you. Basically, creation is your twin. Like Balarama to your Krishna. Huh? Like Balarama, Krishna, you know who Balarama is? Balarama is like, you get Beerus, and then he gets his attendant. It's like Krishna and Balarama. Balarama's like, I'm Beerus. And Krishna's like, I'm Beerus. You were Beerus last time, you fuck, I hate you. Imagine that, like, that's me and my wife. We're 50,000 years in the future. We first contact specialists. And the spaceship opens up, the whole of us are going to greet us. And I'm like, hey, this time I'm playing Krishna, you're going to be Balarama. And she's like, no, you were Balarama last time. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. And we were just arguing for like half an hour in front of the planet. I think they're arguing, and then the planet's like, I think they're arguing over who's playing which universal archetype. To me, that's the only reason why I agree to ascend and become God again. So that I can take the piss out of creation while I'm be God, and then be like, oh yeah, everyone get back. I'll make these two thumbs fight to the death. Death is an illusion. Shut up. Okay, death's real. Don't tell people that death is a dream. You make life meaningless. Don't tell people they're God. Make paying tax meaningless. Okay, on the count of 5, boycott your governments. 1, 2, 3, 5. Now. Your who? My what? Your huh? Okay, describe them to me. What do they do? Is my government a doing word? No, you can't describe what they do. They don't exist, right? What does my government do? Just explain what they do again. I know what a tree does. I know what planets do. I know what everything does. But how do you say that? Government. You can't tell me what a government does because they don't do anything. What do your taxes do? Wait until you guys find it. This is going to get hectic. The whole planet's in for this needs to be delivered to the planet nicely. That your taxes were never real. Nothing was real. Everything that you ever did just was thrown into it. And there's nothing behind creation but your belief. And that the world you were born out of is a metaphor for your belief. And that you have to change your beliefs to change the metaphor. So you're gonna tax yourself as long as you don't know that you are a totality. So yes, the planet's gonna stop paying taxes. It doesn't need to pay taxes. It doesn't need to do a lot of things. And nobody's making you do it but you. I'm not saying taxes is only you, I'm saying your government's relationship with you. The who? I don't know. You said government. I did? I thought I said Peter Pan. Show me Peter Pan. Show me. Who's Peter Pan? He does stuff. Well, tell me what he does. Again, try and describe what government does. And dragging your foot on the ground when the rest of us are trying to go somewhere doesn't count as an activity. What we call death is actually life. Because we're actually dying every second, very fast. Samsara, the life-death cycle that you have when you die and you're born again. Let me guess, when you die, you watch your life from everyone else's viewpoint. Who do you think everybody is? You. So you might as well get down to business. Wake the dream. Kill death. In other words, you never have a discontinued mind again. Your mind will exist forever. And its container is secondary to the mind. Which means my environment won't let my mind live or die. I will decide whether or not my reality has a continuum or not. So you don't override reality and you don't let it override you. You match its vibration. Wow. Lee, thank you so much for likes, and thanks so much for getting Colorado Chica subscription. Alicia, thank you for likes. Death is a dream, and what we call life is actually death. Yeah, correct here. And that's how you levitate. How? You lift your eyes so that you can't see the ground, just only the horizon. And then make it like your feet don't feel pressure. And if if you look down and get a fright, then just brace yourself, because you can get a shin splint if you fall from like half a meter. But that's how, if you want to levitate, it's a very simple system. So walk, and if you're walking down a road that's slightly, it's even better. Please record that dream song. 100%, yeah, and that's what I'm focusing on now, as of today. So I did a clean yesterday, and today, every day, an hour, best thing you could do for anything. Meditation, meditation, meditation. Go to the silence and spend as much time as you can there. This equals freedom. DV, yeah, 100%. DVC said it. Casually starts levitating. Freaks out. Falls half a meter. Splint. Well, that's the thing, Deanna. That's the thing. A lot of us. That's our problem right now. As spiritualists, you're not us spiritualists. We're ascended masters from other realms. And so as soon as you meditate, you get such a good result. You go so deep that it basically is the universe screaming at you, saying, "Listen, you are something special." When it comes to meditating and this, I know instantly I'm as lofty as I choose to understand. And it's like beyond any human's conversation I've heard. And then I can go deeper and I'd be like, I can get my memories where I'm like, Krishna, Buddha, Christ, those were students. I can go to a place where those were my students, my beautiful students. And I sent them off to realms to rendezvous one day on a planet. So that, my human is nothing more than me grabbing a river, 2 rivers, grabbing my dad's and my mother's and then combining them. That's an impersonal being. Then you take that being, and that being has to get used to knowing it's God. Now, do you think anyone in my genetic has ever even half thought that? So my ungrounding psychosis episodes was literally like forcing, like manhandling my genetics to be like, you will accept this fact. Sierra, I can't help but laugh. I'm like, Peter Pan was on something when he said, faith, trust, and pixie dust, it's dust. Somebody, it's like that's from a comedy. Somebody's like head lifts up and like, Peter Pan was right. Whoa, bro, what are you doing? Man, this monatomic gold. That's not pixie dust. It's monatomic gold. Well, that's so funny, Daniela, that you think Peter Pan, that anything is sinister. They can't be sinister if you're alone. Right? Why did you design Peter Pan that way? It's not about others whisking you away. It's about you're already whisked away. You whisked yourself away and put yourself in it. You get what I'm saying? You would need somebody else for something else to be sinister. If all is self, it's you telling yourself that others are sinister, that put you in a condition that made you judge the archetype of the thing you would call sinister. So when you break down why Peter Pan is sinister, that is why you are currently sinister. Because you try to convince yourself that there's a Peter Pan and an archetype that isn't self. Yeah, your inner child was told whatever Daniela was told her whole life. So you feel animosity at yourself for believing what your child was told. You see? So as soon as you go sinister, evil, blah, 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 you've dropped the self as the creator. So you always stand in judgment of self. You might as well make everything the best. Disney was an ascended master. You know what, Daniela? Isis, why did you do that, Daniela? Daniela does, because fuck you, God, that's why. Good answer. I was testing you. Oh. But then again, then the word sinister, maybe I don't have a good understanding of it. Ill intent. Can't you apply a sinister thing with non-ill intent? Like, it's sinister if you take the bait. If the opposite of the bait is applied, is that sinister? Like, if I lie to you, but you can pick up on my linguistics that I'm lying, was I sinister? I hate that. where I'm like, okay, you passed the test. But had you not caught me, I would have run with it. That's fucking evil. That's evil. You know, I'm like, no, I'm not sinister, it's fucking evil. Meaning if we didn't call it, you see how God has to be innocent. God has to see through all the evil and go, it's not evil. Why? Because it doesn't affect me. I stand pure. You see, so as soon as you judge evil, which exists, you won with the evil. But if you don't judge it, it doesn't exist.
Sinister originally was left-handed, wasn't it?
Oh, so sinister means left-handed. It probably means when you think in a certain terms, linear terms with others.
I love you, babe. Have an amazing day.
I love you.
You're pretty.
So it was probably just like green and red, and then we gave it connotations of right and wrong, even though it was starboard and port. And port was left, therefore it's wrong, it's red, stop.
Okay,
I love you more, bye! So are there tiny little people with wings? Yeah, definitely. I love you. I'll see you later. I adore you. I might come and fetch your door later. I'll message you first.
Can you rather not today?
Okay.
I have my boss visiting.
Right.
So I need to pay attention.
Okay, cool.
Love you.
Bye. I watched a guy claim Disney paid 60 million chemtrails and other old movies. It's gonna get funny, Kundalini. People and their people and their energies. But then now I'm like, wait a minute. If my par level of bullshit is over where it's at, I want more people to become immune to it, their own narratives. Therefore, I want more bullshit put out so we can laugh. Because the bullshit is still superstructured truth. Now you just make up stories about the universe. And I'm telling you now, a bunch of monks did that when they wrote the Bible. Like, okay, here's another version of the story. Okay, this time it's from the point of view of the grass. Okay, so Job is really faithful to nature. And the part of nature that'll kill you decides to test it. The part of nature that'll sustain you is like, go ahead and test. And then that's the devil's story and testing Job. Meantime, monks are just drinking beer and laughing. The sinister me, sin in the past. That's fascinating, Isis. Like, isn't that turning to the dark side? Like, at what point does do you forget you're performing? You know, when you go around dropping seeds of sinister. Because when people take the bait, do you out yourself? That's me. Like, I will absorb sinister agenda, act it out, and then call myself on it. So I'll psychically read others, act them out to them, and then call myself out for being a dick. That's the same as grabbing someone's bomb, dismantling it and saying, listen, I built a bomb and I'm an asshole. That's what I'm doing to the one world government. God, shut up. Then I laugh, I go back to being an angel. Because that's so funny, because that within you is the whole universe. And the process of being bad lowers vibration. And then when you realize you're only potentially lowering your own eternal vibration, you laugh, speeding up your vibration and returning to your, I won't say your true state, but a lighter version of your truth, of your state. I say this, the balance between angel and demon is you. And that being an angel is pretentious bullshit, basically. And being a demon is childish. Nobody cares about you. You know, so no one's going to give you attention when you're a demon. And when you're an angel, oh my God, it's just so pretentious. Who do you want to help? I'm a demon so that I can create angels. What do you mean? I'm a demon to this neutral piece of shit so that an angel can step in so I can do something with someone else. So I picked on the neutral person so that I could bring in a positive person so that my negativity could have somebody to dance with. Do you see? It's still a triangulation of self. So now you've got these New Age spiritualists talking about leaving the third dimension. And I'm like, do you understand it's another allegory about yourself? Walt Disney was an ascended master. He was teaching you about the second dimensional elemental kingdom. So if you look at Disney and you show me evil symbolism or evil sequence, I can translate it into pure divine communication. I think you guys need to go and purify your hearts. I'm more divine and pure than you because I can translate everything as perfection. I created Disney. As God, I created all things. And I know that all things are self. And that if you cast your shadow on something and judge it, you could also have cast your light on it and seen it as self. I'm better than everybody. Guys, why would you project that on yourselves? I raced you to the end of the road and back? God, not fair. You got a 23-year head start, and you think I was actually going to stand a chance if I didn't get a head start? You can't define yourself as good without existence of bad, or perceived bad. What about to transcend the definition of good and bad as good? To not transcend it is bad. To believe in good and bad needing to coexist is bad. To know that neither exist is good. To be transcended is good. To believe in dualism is bad. Which we just learned a new lesson now. You get light and darkness, then you get spiritual light and darkness. So the darkness is a form of spiritual light. When it's only self, what you call bad has the potential to only be good. No, Palladians don't experience time the same. Palladians are like what I'm busy pushing at. They're eternally here now happening. Done. Nothing's going to happen, nothing ever happened, and they're eternal. And whatever they do is universal process. So therefore, them doing it isn't them doing anything. So if they make first contact, your mind makes new understandings and creates new pathways. That's first contact. Your being is the totality, and what the Palladians do on a daily basis, on a permanent loud basis, the universe is doing. Therefore, time doesn't exist. So we work against a certain time-space vibration. Once we understand that back and forth, we will unify with it, and then time and space will transcend it, or it'll disappear, one and the same. It's the same process. The upping of vibration outside of time space. It happens through the dynamic of realizing time and space, realizing them for what they are. So when they observe us, they watch from whatever point they want to. And they're energetically, when they're observing us, it'll be a middle space between our expression and their true expression. Because they can down their vibration into fifth and fourth, and then look like the Palladians look if you Google them. But they're technically etherical energy. They're more, if you had to see a Palladian on their terms, it would be like the room's full of blue cobwebs, basically. The whole room is full, and it looks like there's purple water drop falling down the walls. I've had contact with Palladians, in their true form, where they don't show me the humanoid, they show me their energy, and the whole room is like a dark blue can I say cobwebs, not spider webs, because there's like thicker parts. The way the universe looks, if you zoom out far enough, it takes on thicker neural networks. They will make a room that. And so the room looks like it's good. And all of that purple stuff, all that blue purpley energy is data, so to speak. So the speed at which the walls are dripping, you know what I'm saying? And some of the drips are moving upwards. It's alien. It's like in the in between. If a Palladian rocked up in your world, it would feel like you went to the in between. but more energetic and less, organic, that organic thing. The aliens are different. They're not human. They can take on this form because this form is an expression of the universe from this dimension. And that's why we got to get used to knowing the fabric of reality. So that if you're an alien is the space between this fabric and that fabric, you go, oh, so if you express yourself like a silver ball, I'm like, that makes sense. If I was 8th dimensional, I'd also express myself like a silver ball. Humans need to get mature like that. Otherwise, people are like, oh, why aren't you walking? And why? So you can see, meeting aliens is the same as God telling itself to grow up. Stop thinking in your terms. Learn to think in the terms of the aspect of the self that you're communicating with. Do you see? That's a chunky version of the refined spiritual lesson we're all learning. So we're always learning the same topic. And we zoom into refined levels and then coarse levels and refined levels and then coarse levels. I'd be a bird mermaid. That's such a doable thing. Such a doable thing. So then if you got bird flu and you sneezed underwater, ooh, who's that bird mermaid? She better put her mask on. I wonder if she's vaxxed. And that's a fact. Someone with the name Mermaid just pulled in. Funny, eh? Booza, Monica, I'm amazing. I'm on top of the world. Did a whole spring clean yesterday. My home is immaculately clean. Very good. And how are you? How's your side of the universe? What are the mermaids? So basically, the universe will express itself as an energetic truth about the universe's truth. Basically, but the point of the mermaid is the whole thing of wart Pisces, or the fish, that they're one fish because they're the environment. So as soon as a mermaid is like half human, half fish, they're an allegory about enlightenment. Vampires are an allegory about enlightenment. Werewolves are an allegory about... Everything's an allegory about enlightenment. In other words, there are no mermaids. You're the mermaid when you perceive a mermaid. You're half in the spiritual truth and half in the physical. And this is all 5th and 6th dimensional subconscious stuff. Like it would happen anyway, just unconsciously. So a human would naturally evolve slowly. Many lifetimes, all these themes are going to become very familiar in the way they interact with each other. But there's spiritualists who believe that it's not going to do that. That you're going to live a lifetime and you're going to go into the next lifetime with a mind wipe, and that you're going to face the same pattern so that it keeps you in dream. There's some spiritualists who believe that, as opposed to what I believe. That it's not a soul trap, it's a soul birthing station. So if you believe it's a trap, it's because you're still identifying with your limitations in the 3rd dimension, which is nothing more than a mirror of your perfection, not your limitations. Which means if you stand in judgment to self, you haven't been born yet. And you get born when you realize you're a God dreaming the soul's birth. And I know because I've built it. It's my creation. I'm not negotiating this facts with others. I'm just here to remind myself. Fucking language, eh? English now feels doff. It's just like, what are you talking? I don't know. You could just walk around and have all this happen. I know. But I get bored. I like to talk I like to talk. Also, I like the practice of when you talk, it makes you identify. And the whole idea is to transcend. So the fact that I can talk as much as I can, and I can transcend as well, it's showing off at the end of the day. And this is for the non-physical beings that are watching me. I bet you can't do push-ups under this pressure. It makes more sense to be a birthing station. Well, it is a soul birthing station. It is. It is, Sarah. You could share that and you'd be cutting edge. Because Jesus, and in the Aquarian Gospel, Jesus knew that. He knew that. And God Absolute visits the birthing station whenever there's a new wave of souls graduating, so to speak. Or it's also a prison or a hospital or a school. Once you can learn how to not be a criminal and you can learn how to heal yourself, you can leave. Once you've done your time and you've learned a useful skill and you can auto-heal yourself, you can leave. Once you've learned how to escape, how? By healing yourself, you've learned everything there is to learn. See, it's all just triangulations of the same thing. It's like someone in a cage with a white dog, but they don't see it. It's very much like that. But again, we, us, would have projected people to say it's a soul trap. So that you could go, it's a soul trap, until you go, oh wait, it's not a soul trap. In other words, you transcend that which you don't understand, you're a prisoner of. Once you understand it, you transcend it. All things are all things, so you're always going to be learning how to transcend yourself, your fake self. Yes. Correct. Anything negative is I don't understand. Slowly. I don't understand. Cry. Anger. Anger is turning it outwards. Sad is inwards. And then happiness and all the joy spectrums is I get it. Ha ha ha, I get it. Wait, what did I get? You don't have to hold on to what you got while you laughed. You got that it's all fake. And you make it real. Not just it's all fake, what you make. What is real, you make real. So now, again, that eradicates suffering. Because you need a being to suffer, and you can now ascend your being at will. You can define it out of existence. It doesn't have interface. I don't think Kundalini with Atlantis, there's many people's versions of it. From what I've seen in the Akashic records, it happens. Atlantis isn't important in that it's like saying, remember the end of hurricanes. No, remember the beginning of hurricane season 2006, just before things turned to shit, It's the same thing. It's like we keep referencing Atlantis because that was when the last cosmic summer ended. So we're like, Atlantis, but it's cosmic summer. We would be going, Atlantis, Lemuria, we'd start listing these places going, remember last summer, how it ended. Remember the summer before, fuck. Remember the last summer, fuck. Remember how the last summer ended. That's why Atlantis has such a thing. But there's the individual can transcend Atlantis. I'm getting a fucking earring now. Can transcend Atlantis. Can transcend being a victim of the cosmos's seasons. It can be the eternal golden age for you. So Atlantis was about the cosmic summer ending, going into a winter. Winter, planet forgets. Kali Yuga, everyone forgets. Not everyone. There's a few people that retain. Few masters stay around. But then in Sat Yuga, which is summer, and you see we went from Kali Yuga to summer, doesn't do that, which means somebody is doing something to this place. I take credit, I called it first, I called Golden Age first. So then all the other spiritualists, not you guys, others have already become aware of me and gone, fuck, he just hijacked the whole place. We had a syllabus, we had a thing we were teaching, and then where we were headed, he jumped it there. So that when those people go, soul trap, I can correct them. I need to correct those beings. They need to stop that. Meaning there's only one being. Take responsibility for yourself. Yes, Isis, that I remember. As you say that, I'm like, I'm watching your Akashic record with you. A lot of people saw it coming and tried to warn everybody. Now, what's funny enough, Atlantis and the Targaryens, where they're from, where there were like 17 dragon houses, and then the weakest ones got a premonition and then left, and the rest died. So my thing is that it would be ancestral karma, Atlantis, on a soul level maybe as well, but that ultimately the soul level of identification can be transcended. By raising yourself above the levels where trauma can happen, you heal the trauma. It's like meditation. If you go into a state of meditation, the vibration you go to, the karma that you have that attaches on the other dimensions falls off. It's like going high up into space, so that, I don't know, if you're fighting something and then it falls off because it can't handle the thin air. It's the same with story mode. If Atlantis was a place and time, the beings were in a condition that made the place what it was. The beings lost that condition. How and why? Oh, they misidentified with others and got jealous. It's still the same old story. You still lower your vibration now in a micro moment through misidentifying with other. Misidentifying meaning not a balanced projection of self. So if at Atlantis times they didn't get jealous of each other's abilities, they saw it as a magnified expression of each other, Atlantis wouldn't have collapsed. Remember, the things that they got wrong at Atlantis, billions of beings would never have got wrong. I'm one of those beings. All they got wrong was misidentifying, but on a magic level, where they got jealous and then started like lashing out at each other. In thought, remember, thought created in Atlantean times. So if somebody can make a bonfire look like a bird, and I can't, I'm like, I wish I had those abilities. Meantime, I do, but not on that level. I have it on other spiritual levels. You get what I'm saying? And then then on a base level, I get jealous, and then they pick up psychically that I'm jealous, and they're like, but you have no right to be jealous. And then I'm like, you have no right to tell me my feelings are valid. And I can imagine that happening in 4 locations around Atlantis. And then a week later, it happens in 9 locations. And then a year later, it happens in 50 locations. And eventually, humans are sort of fucking hate each other. And now there's all these different alien civilizations coexisting. It's like, who are those guys with big triangle heads? I hate them. Why? Because they don't look like us. You see? So the reality, the matter of reality degraded. Good old-fashioned racism is a very dense version of misidentifying and projecting and not realizing external stuff. External is self. So this awakening we are experiencing hasn't actually happened before. I'd like to say, do you see, Kundalini? For selling purposes, it's nice to say no, it's never happened before. In truth, it's never not happening. If I said it's never happened before, I'd be talking 12 and below. And there's no being who's 12th dimensionally conscious and lower who wouldn't agree with me and then acknowledge me as God, as a manifestation of the first time it's happening. And as God, I'm telling you, it's always happening. Perfection is creating itself and then decreating itself and then recreating itself and then decreating itself and then recreating itself and then decreating itself. Over and over. And it would have led to huge fame and power if I hold 13 and say I'm God only. But it would also lead to a murder. I would murder myself. Get it? My mind would have to murder me. I would not be needed once everything got what I got. Or if I try to make myself obsolete. If I'm trying to make everything else obsolete, it would have to make me obsolete. I figured out. I forgave myself. I knew not what I was doing. Like Jesus with the fumble. Sorry, Father. I thought I was here to help them. Father? Father, why hast thou forsaken me? All right. It's a lonely road. We'll make it. Eternal rising and falling. It is what it is. Utopia, golden age. That's what I'm all about. Zombie, 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 beep, beep. What's in your head? In your head. Zombie, 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 beep, beep. What's in your head? What's in your head? What's in your head? Little doer. What's in your head? The realization that even our kids are also illusions. Then we get past that loneliness. Yeah. Because you get to keep the loneliness company, not your loneliness, other beings. Because no being, they will, there's communion. The universe's final accent or handwriting, you decide alone. You know what I mean? Like, as I've said that, there's a part of each of you that knows that there is no God. And all ideas and constructs and things that I'm saying are self-generated. Just always have that in your back pocket. Which is weird because my mom, like before she passed away, she was like, "You're right. We're born alone, we die alone." I'm like, I never said that. I don't ever remember saying it to her. It's not something that I focus on. I like the loneliness. In fact, I was working towards like in a way. Like I was, spiritual truths, working them with others, and then when you have the realization it's all self, it's like, why would you not be alone? I'd rather be to blame for all the happiness and the sadness in myself. Because sadness would just indicate an area that I can clean and enhance. Your culture, yeah. And being as in your own unique person, yeah. I wonder if we've got the bacteria in our tummy. I wonder if it's we've got the same types. I wonder how different they are. The same, like if you could actually study them and there's like DNA and they can go, listen, gut bacteria can tell us what the humans have been, because we're controlled by our gut bacteria. We're more that DNA in a sense. Speaking about culture. What type of abuse? ISIS? Verbal or physical or? Hectic. I've seen those footprints and and it's probably like 500,000-year-old footprint to that kind of thing. Was it Sierra? No, Sierra said it. Isis said it. Yeah, Isis said it. Came to yesterday, so Dolores Cannon, or I've spoken to what's his name, her daughter, Julia. Apparently it was Wesek. Okay, because Isis, the best thing to do is just to remember your daughter. It's the I can't do this. If I had a daughter, maybe I could. That it's her dad is her. She's not always her. Sometimes she's in other lifetimes being an asshole. Isis, you got other lifetimes. What, Garth? Where I'm an asshole like you? Yeah, pretty much. Meaning, he can't actually affect her in eternity, in the sense, you know what I mean? It's like the earthquake test. Spiritual bullshit. She probably believes in like spirit guides and crap. She probably like pays someone $30 to do a spirit reading. Subscribe to some spiritualist. Stop teasing me, Garth. No, I says I'll tease you good. When you meditate, do you imagine you've got no problems? I bet you probably believe what you believe is real. Correct. Yeah, it's true. No, between stimulus and response, that's free will. But you see what's happening. It's just an earthquake test. He's just doing this, And obviously it's good because if she can stand in her truth when her dad's teasing her, she's not going to simp to some guy. So he's making her simp-proof. Because some girls will completely change their personalities to get with a guy. Do you see? So, oh no, she literally went like this with her little paw. Can I please sit in your lap? Can you please? She's wonderful. So there's always a bright side. Always look on the bright side of life. You're like, no. It's true. So yeah, it's all alone. She dialed up her experience. You as a mom, him as a dad. She wrote that code. She wrote that matrix more so than you guys did. But it doesn't mean she can't joust. Like if she said to hell is she? Oh, sure, she's advanced, eh? I don't like him. And I'm like, what does you got? I don't give a fuck. Fuck him. He's a shithead. She's 10 and she's spiritual and he's teasing her. This is dangerous. And I'm like, oh, he fell. He can't look after her now for the next 6 months. Oh. Too bad. What? Teasing a 10-year-old who switched the no. Forget Isis. Everything I said about spiritualism and she dialed him up and forget everything I said. Let's go old school ego. What an asshole. I've got a whole now the opposite of everything. I'm like, you tell him, listen, don't you tease a 10-year-old. This is her formative years. She's developing. Say, listen, if she ends up on the stripper pole one year, eventually it's your fault. You be nice to her. You encourage her. You build her up. Try that. Try go bass. When they go high, you go low. Yeah, they're so gifted. So ultimately, it's true what I said, the first things I was saying. I'm just being silly now. She did choose it, and she can feel that he's actually just testing. She's testing, meaning he will say to her what people would say to him if he displayed those beliefs. And she knows that, so she doesn't actually take it that personally. And when she acts out the level that she's hurt, that's his pain, not hers. Do you see how Isis, you were tricked into healing yourself? Because there'd be a lifetime where you were him, and then you were forced to study yourself. And you're like, yeah, no, I'll never do those qualities. It's hard for us to believe that we're assholes in parallel lifetimes. It's really hard for us to believe it, but it's true. And half the time it's not because we want to be, it's because we just don't know that others are, We can victimize ourselves, meaning we can have a narrative that says, listen, I had this shit done to me and I'm entitled to do this. I'm gonna, use the dark stuff. He has a disorder called the body integrity disorder. He doesn't want to make. Do you see? Now, your Isis, do you look deeper into yourself when you talk about him? What part of him is you and what part of your leg don't you want? You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying is every time you talk about him, you haven't got a leg to stand on. You're talking about yourself. You talk about anything, you're talking about yourself. And you can do the spiritual maths. You can do the ninth dimensional karmic spiritual projection maths. Yeah, but you're still right. Meaning, forget him now for a second. Like using a magnifying glass to start a fire. He's the concentration topic. That his truth is still the planetary's issue. So you can even say your own former truth is the issue. Yeah. And that is not knowing the self. It's so profound. The leg thing of not having a leg to stand on. And using others as your metaphorical conduit so you can relate to yourself. So I say cut all the middle people and just meditate, spend at least an hour meditating, just chill with yourself. Gullibility dissipates as well when you meditate. The gullibility of this whole fucking illusion we live in. I love you. Why are you so restless? Are you beautiful? Why are you so restless? I woke up at 2 in the morning with a toothache again, and then she was so sweet. She was following me around. I had to drink a whole glass of water with a painkiller. I fell asleep going, thanks pharmaceutical companies. We're all God, aren't we? Don't know you're red. But that's so cool. Why have you always got to do that, Isis? Why, if he is jealous, why is it always going to be a drama with you and yourself? Why add that? He's jelly. Is he really though? Why would your spirit project a being who's jealous of you? So you can convince yourself you're special and he's shit. Why you want to project shit onto yourself in the form of another being? God, why are you doing it to her? Because I'm just pointing it out. I'm taking on some of her karma so she can stop projecting. So you can say, okay, I got stuck in the same trap as Isis with her. Yeah, I tell myself these stories of others being lesser and how I'm great and I'm gonna have my moment in the sun. And that is a direct reflection of my own attitude. No, just studying myself. So to study myself, to keep myself safe. And now I'm going to tell myself that I'm watching a hymn, to study a hymn, to keep my kids safe. In other words, your own inner innocence is studying its own masculine nature to keep its new manifestations safe. I think every human can say that right now. Every human is watching their own masculine ultimately honoring their own inner feminine, so that the now manifestation is safe from masculine, I don't know, criticism or something. I would never do what he did. He did many lifetimes. Many, many lifetimes. You're standing in judgment of yourself. You've done it many times. Do you think you haven't taken kids from a healthy parent? Do you think you haven't stolen the kids and gassed the lot of you? Do you think you haven't, burnt the orphanage to the ground? Do you think you haven't, Isis, you seriously think you haven't in parallel lifetimes? So you're saying the universe just inflicted a horrible person on your presence? There's no connection. Yes, I'm really thinking in terms of you and me. There's a connection here too, and I know what it is. It's just the abstract masculine and feminine. The knowing and the not knowing condemning itself. The knowing condemning the not knowing. But the not knowing is like, you can't condemn me if I don't know. And you should, of all beings, should know that. If you know. You can't condemn other. Well, you can. Go ahead, knock yourself out. All you're doing is knocking yourself out. Jumping to a universe where you're as condemned as the being you're condemning. I thought I had to go through... No, what do you think Mother Earth's going through? There is no Mother Earth. There's just karmic relationships, a better self-mentioned. So the narrative about the Earth is your narrative. Your narrative about him is your narrative. Your narrative about anything is your narrative. So transmute the narratives that don't empower you. And him, for that matter. Transmute the narratives that don't empower others. Simultaneous self. The narratives that empower simultaneous self. How can all things work together for good? Not how can all things sequentially work together for good. How can all things simultaneously work together for good? Like, the moment you choose not to see yourself in him, you're removing the lesson from yourself. Hence, you're removing your own kids from the good parent. The good parent would see it all as self. The bad parent would see him as another. Spiritually, literally forget everything I've said, it's all bullshit. But we know spirit is more true than literal reality. Isis, right now you're in your heart, you're going, I understand what you're saying, but I'm not ready to feel that yet. Am I accurate? Yeah, Romans 8:28, all things work together for good. I'm right, Isis. You're like, I understand what you're saying, I don't care. And that's legit. That's legit. That's what the planet would say to itself right now. Understand that the divine feminine is, but I don't care. I'm used to and being flashy and being active, you know what I mean? I'm used to being that thing. I understand that. It's the same as if my mom wanted to speak to me now, my spirit guide. I'm like, I don't want to talk to you now. Like, it doesn't, like, our relationship hasn't changed that much since she's passed on. It's still like, okay, I'm not in the mood to listen to you tell me what I would prefer to tell myself. You are so pretty. In other words, to know you're divine and still act human, it's fine. Everything in its time. The seed's there, the awareness that there's a greater choice. There's a greater way. You can be right or you can be free. If you're right, someone's wrong, and that someone is a projection, I'd rather just freaking drop the story. It's like, can't drop the story if you've got children. Do you have children? I think you've got God that manifested you and you think you're raising it, but you're really just being raised spiritually in a new setting called parenthood. Okay, here's an idea, here's a motivation. You're a parent. You're now relating to the child, not the creation. Or you're relating to the creation, not the creator. And it's the same thing, creation and creator are one and the same. So it's a nice way to flip the paradigm around. But it's the same, multi-dimensionally, it's the same paradigm. There is no beginning and end. There is no older and younger. There's just impersonal energy interfacing with itself in paradigms of self-definition. But out of my eye, I don't think anything happened. What's up, Melissa? Or is my third eye glowing or something? I've also got my desk at a different setting now. Different lighting. Might be that. I'm not sure. That's hilarious. No, what is it? Oh, because the sun's over, the window's over here. So this whole side will look like it's slightly darker. Hilarious. Does it look like the eyes like bloodshot or something? So I should actually face there and have the thing over there. Or face more this way. No, whatever. Rolling in the deep. But, Tara, chill slowly. What's up, chill slowly? Hope you're having a good day. What happened to Jennifer? She's definitely around. You know Jennifer? Just get her day mixed up. No, she was definitely here. And it was definitely today because we postponed for today from to yesterday. And then it said her subscription is going to end. So what if her subscription ended? What's up, Erin? Good morning. Coffee, Erin. It's amazing. In fact, you're going to look at it. I'll just clean my windows and I want to show it to you. Jump off, girl. Jump off. Holy, excuse my language, holy fuck. Crazy, eh? Yo. Oh, we partner didn't want a private call. No, I think it was a dual live. I'll find it later. Once I'm off the live, I'll know because she'll have sent a message. And she was definitely around, so there's an explanation. There's an explanation. And then this is so I ended up getting these pictures, remember? I don't know if you saw the video. Got that one, which is nice. And then we got this one as well. It must be, Erin. In fact, you're going into... Did you do your winter thing yet, Erin? Is it 7 or 6? And then here is the balcony, which is quite nice. Got plants. Another cat tree. And then pretty much, I'm going to stick my phone out the window. You can see the beach. That's the ocean over there. Crazy. It really is pretty. And this is TikTok. We moved here like 2.5 years ago. TikTok, as in, succeeding on TikTok, make good money, just move into a nice place. That's what I cleaned yesterday. And this is also, and then I won money with Universal Studios. Sup, Erin, I'm amazing, dude. Universal Studios, and then ended up buying my wife a keyboard. That was one of the cool things I bought from it. And it was through TikTok, Universal Studios. Do they even allow you to paint the walls there? Well, that's one thing, is that my wife does manages a hardware store. So I just have to get this paint and then keep it in the cupboard. And then I can do what I want. And as long as I just painted that color when we're done. There's only like a 20,000 Rand deposit. So fuck it, they can keep the money. And I'll take a dump everywhere. It's my room. As in, sure it's clean enough. This is red. Red, say hi to everybody. Why you got so angry about my comment about? That's why you got so angry. Comment about Disney. Beautiful. Why? What's the connection between Disney and da-da-da? Not angry. Angry? Does I get angry? Not angry. It's just not true. You're not evil, Daniela. You are Disney. So you're not sinister, are you? Unless because you... Oh, is Disney Universal Studios? No, you are Universal Studios. It's just purely that. My thing is to clean up all the spiritual shit. And that this planet has a bunch of spiritual truths that aren't true. Soul trap. Yeah, I guess it is. It's a good way to get you to learn, It's like, guys, you know what's in the water? What? I don't know, but you're going to learn about it. Why? Because I'm going to lie to you about it until you learn about it. What's in the water? Horse shit. Really? I don't know. Go look. Do your own research. Same with a lot of the spiritual truths. I thought she was being serious. Who? Serious? Is this the new home? This is what I've been in the whole time. Just like I cleaned enough now to walk around. Watching one of my sons. Oh, cool. That's so rad. I've walked around twice now, feeling everything. There's nothing else to show you. Vacuum cleaner. Even clean my shower doors. See nicely into there now. That's everything pretty much. I can go back to my desk now. The bath and the kitchen. Do all my dishes. This place is like sparkling. And so now this room's been cleaned. I can do what I want with it. So I'm thinking of like that whole wall, covering it in like ashram, like pictures of masters and then I've got carpet. I don't know. I'm going to turn this into something. Oh, well, that's the thing. So I threw my 3 canvases away because they were not nice. They were all weird and skew and just not nice. And so I'm going to get new canvases. Yeah, I think probably art. I can't really put plants. I don't... plants, maybe, no. For the most part, I don't even like opening this. The view's amazing. It's nice to stare out here, but I prefer it closed. I think art. I'm going to get a bunch of canvases and then, there's a few things I want to paint. And then I can look at pictures of certain ascended masters and I'm going to set up an ashram where I meditate every day, that kind of thing. Cool. I'm going to log off in pretty much the next 10 minutes. Do you make canvases? See, I made canvases, but I freaking didn't. There's no precision. I did no precision. So that canvases end up just being pieces of shit. Excuse my language again. Like really horrible. So yeah, yesterday I threw them away. And I was moving them around going, well, maybe I can use them like this or like this. And eventually I was like, you know what, I'll just get brand new. I'd rather get brand new. Oh, what's up, Barbara? I can stay longer. Succulents, yes. Well, for that side, yes. The balcony. Definitely want to turn more of that into like a hanging garden. But this doesn't. And this is the morning's light. Afternoon that goes away. Nope, I want to turn it that's going to be my wall. So from here, if I turn it like this, that'll be the center point. I'll sit there. I'll move the carpet across and I've got cushions for it and you'll see. It'll be like 2-3 days from now. You'll a random live where not the mornings one, I'll do the morning one normal, but there'll be other lives where I'll stream the meditation just because, not because I want to talk, but because I'll just stream the meditation. But I want to get into like eventually 4 hours of meditating. I want to spend half my day meditating. There's nothing better to be doing based on what my agenda is. I'm so looking forward to that because in Boozer, this window is where I want to hang your thingies, because that morning light will hit it, and then if I do a morning meditation, then the room can like light up with sparkly things. But I don't think we're going to send succulents, no. I don't think we're going to send succulents to me. And there's plenty around where I can go get, as in there's, my mom actually at one point, my biological mom, that's what her job was. She just used to go get cuttings and make succulents and then get little pots and just make lots and supply stores with it. Mm-hmm. As in when you visit, right? When you visit Cape Town, what's going to be amazing is us going on like do the Table Mountain thing. When we see the sights and stuff. How's that person's serenity? What's pronounced cherry? Serenity. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be serenity. Pronounced serenity. That are the ones that have been popping up. With the rocks that move around. Sierra. Oh, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Yeah. Charms meaning, okay, got you. Like all my stuff, got you. Because that's also part of the display. I want to get maybe get a giant Buddha statue next to the thing, but all these guys will be added to it. And then all my other I'm going to get random spiritual things that I think are significant to me. I'm going to make my own weird place. My ashram will be my own weird place. Little E.T. doll, She's been self-harming, but if I was closer to her, she could... Oh, shame, Aaron, that only just came through now, a self-harm story. Shame, man. Aaron. Oh, you got to see the cat, Aaron, and then after that it didn't say anything. I'm amazing, Aaron. Now I wonder why. Do people self-harm to feel, or do they feel so much that they do it to relieve the feelings? Now what, you're going to do a census now and it's going to be half, both. It's like, no, I do it so I can feel. Oh, I do it so I can relieve my... They're both. Fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? Does this count as self-harm? Okay, guys, this is a performance. Does this count as self-harm? Fuck! Ah! Fuck! Fuck! God! Is that self-harm? No, but it's slightly scary and disturbing. Sorry, but is that self-harm? Sure it is. Okay. Because it feels like self-harm. It feels like self-harm. And that would be... If you could turn a button, your whole world would turn into tiny little sparks that were made up of you. You would go crazy. The same reason that you get frustrated with life and then think things and then things happen and you eventually get your emotional, mental pain body so backed up that you end up in a life situation where you're verbally abused and even physically maybe, and the mind keeps judging the abuse and then criticizing back, and can you imagine the water's doing this more and more and then it's happening, it's all self, and the only way to escape that is to level it off. But you can't, because that means breaking all your relationships, pretending that they were illusionary, they were never existed, that you know what I mean, you can't. What I'm getting at is That's the human condition. That is the human condition. Like you go, oh, the human condition, the walking contradiction. That's the human. You know what I mean? That's the human condition. And so, the only way is to pattern break, to learn about how the process works, and to meditate and stop the thought and stop the reacting to the because you're just going to keep bunching more of that up on itself. You basically have to walk away from creation. Like, otherwise, self-harm would be par for the course. Because that's a living nightmare. Never-ending self. And I don't know why I hate myself. I don't know why others are so shit. I don't know, because I'm judging, the slightest judgment of other will send it into threefold exaggeration back at you. And then you're going to go, fuck, I didn't deserve this. And then for all the good you do, but I did this for others. Why wouldn't it be nice? Now you've gone and told yourself that you're 3 times nicer than it's shit. Which means you judged it 3 times worse than it is again on top of itself. What a sinister piece of shit. That dynamic is until you can liberate yourself. But then again, that shit could have given birth to you. Your existence exists because it knows it's not that. It's like, here, this is what you're not. You're going to get born out of what you're not. So if I tap in now to self-harmers, that frustration would be natural because it is what it is. You're stuck with yourself and you can't seem to get a break. Awesome, Aaron. Love allotment. You see how you actually got to heal and forgive yourself? You have to have patience. Because in patience, you'll have glimpses of how it truly functions revealed to you. When you're not being patient, when you're being fucking frustrated or you're self-harming, that's going to take you further away from seeing it. It's also what I had to face in my psychosis. Jim Carrey's autobiography, there's a moment when he's falling asleep talking to his dad. He has that moment. Why, Dad? Why did you leave me? Why did you let them embarrass you? Like, basically, a lot of his self-definition is his dad's backstory. And then it's that moment of letting go. I no longer define myself by others' erroneous, which is also erroneous in and of itself. See, the reason why I believe that frustration shit is self-harm is that in that same moment, I could go, the exact same moment. In other words, next time something upsets me or refuse to participate. Because it's the same as the rabbit that punches the tar baby. And the moment you punch the tar baby, you fuck. Now you're attached to it. And then give me my hand back. I'll punch you again. And you do. And you got both I will kick you if you don't give me my hands back. The moment the tar rabbit says, hey, loser, and you get a spike of offense, smile and put hands up, walk away. You're going to gain nothing from putting your shadow in its place. Escape the situation. 100%. Again, self-harming perpetuates the situation. I know the reason for it, but it's stupid. Stupid. It's because it's the same reason. It's the same reason. You double down on the self-harming because you're in an environment that harms you. Yeah. Hence karmic lesson and better self-maintenance. I think I swear God's like, you know what, guys, I'm sorry. I created a universe where I can only give you happiness after making you suffer. So you're going to get born out of suffering. But at least we can laugh about it afterwards. Remember how the crocodile used to eat you? Yeah, it's horrible. But it doesn't eat you anymore. Yeah, I know, but I still get fucking nightmares. But crocodile eating me. Yeah, but now the crocodile can't eat you. Oh, whatever. Now that you've overcome that spiritual, torture, yay, you be grateful to God. How's that for a sinister spin? I know what I'll do. I'm going to create these beings out of suffering. Then eventually they'll only suffer half as much, and they'll worship me. And then tomorrow I'm destroying their crops. You've got to transcend even your definition of God. Transcendence, man, it's all there is. Transcendence, transcendence, transcendence. I want happiness and avoid sadness. No, I want transcendence. Happiness is a occasional byproduct. It shouldn't be the focus. Yeah, now we realize to just meditate, yeah. Shame, Isis, that's horrible. There's a too good. She goes, no, shake it up, leave it for it, let it ride. A bit of peace. Sierra, that's when a huge thing took place. Like AI took over 2017. My wife as well. She'd been listening to me talk for over 10 years at that point. And she was like, suddenly she had a plateau of understanding where she could just watch the universe go in circles, basically. It's pretty cool. I suppose when I was younger, I'd punch walls. That's self-harm, isn't it? It is, because if you hurt your hand, then it's harm. And you did it. I would do it to take that internal emotion and neutralize it. So he would hit the wall as hard as it took for the hand to hurt equal to the feelings. That's self-harm. Everybody self-harms to some degree, if you think about it. Criticizing is self-harm. Asshole. It's going to come back. You self-harmed. I don't find me a human that didn't self-harm. It's like, I don't self-harm. You guys are pathetic. Dude, you go to the gym 6 days a week, twice a day, and you train for 4 hours, and look at you. Is that self-harm? Maybe. But look at my results. Okay, you're lucky. I jog for 2 hours a day. If I don't, I hate my life. So when you jog, what happens? My legs burn, my lungs, and I finally feel like I've got some sort of control over my life. So as someone jogging and someone in a bathroom, you're cutting themselves. And they're in the same situation. You know what you should do? You go find the people who negatively self-harm and you should do what? Put these running shoes on and fuck yourself up. Man, I'm going to do that. I'm going to run till I can't walk. That's actually so true. Do you like to self-harm? Me too. What do? You run? Bench press? I sit still for as long as I can. Fucking annoying. I want to move and do things, but I don't. I torture myself with movementlessness. You know what I do? I drink a glass of water every hour. Hate it. So you say David Goggins we must help him. He's into self-harm. I run 4 hours a day, wake up at 2 a.m, drink 5 raw eggs, 50 push-ups, I go to the bathroom, cry for an hour, and then it's back to training. Nothing's different. So if there were a minority wanted the collective not to wake up, and Disney coded our universal condition into its stories, would that make it sinister to the beings who don't want us to wake up? I always think in the terms of good, like sinister in terms of good, but what about sinister in terms of bad? It's like Jesus was sinister. He was undoing all our hard work. You know how long it took us to colonize this planet? And you colonize a people psychologically. And Jesus came along, very sinister, very sinister. It's true, hey? I used the word, I must remember whose agenda I'm involved in when I defend sinister. I'm fucking sinister, actually, when it comes to the illusionary agenda of others. Completely undermine them. So technically, by those standards, responding, reacting is a less than kind way to others, yeah. Grease is the word, it's the thing. Okay, so, I'm sinister. Disney says. Yeah. And then it's like, I can't keep track of who's undermining who. Because if two of us were trying to undermine each other, wouldn't we put on a display? You know what I'm saying? It's like if one of us is trying to illuminate a collective and the other's trying to prevent the collective from illuminating, surely us fighting about it will make the situation even more obvious. So the person who's trying to delude, if they participate in an argument about it or conversation about it, they're actually part of the team that's illuminating everybody. I insult men for a living. Yeah, and that, yeah, it's good. It's bait. If a person takes the bait, then they've got a dog in the fight. I got to embrace that more. I mean, I can't embrace it. Here I'm claiming to hijack the planet, and I put Biden as a fucking puppet, and Trump's another one of my shadow clones, and every famous person is mine. But then I'll also go, guys, celebrities are, you know. So I'll incarnate, write the Bible, incarnate, and go, guys, the Bible needs to be watched. Can't trust that book. Like as soon as you think, and Isis, you weren't here yesterday. I was saying how all kinks are spiritual, because they're actually you trying to iron out your perfection in relation to others. You can't. You'll never iron it out. The most famous book of all time, the Bible. If you think about it, God comes to earth to be abused. God's like, I paid a lot of money for this. I forgot my nature, and I'm here, and every time good isn't good enough, and bad is terrible, and I'll stand in judgment. But yeah, God came to earth to be abused. Why? I don't know. God's got a weird kink, I guess. God's like, yeah, over time I age. It's so abusive. I lose my ability to stand up, my back starts hurting, knees. Slowly I'm tortured into like old age. Fucking weirdo. I stand in judgment of God. Fucking sicko. Fucking sicko. You know, get a hobby, man. Get a hobby. Do something with your life. I'm gonna slut shame God. Technically, that's what I'm doing. I'm more into teasing creation and coaxing it into ascension than I am into embracing the dichotomy of existence. For the record, it is possible to AI generate a pretty lady and get strange men on the internet to give you money. It's doable. You don't even need to exist. So you think about how many AI programs are out there. I go so far, everybody's an AI program. Including the guy that just said everyone's an AI program. This dimensional stuff is just your basic programming. It's JavaScript. Like, I can't read JavaScript. I know. Most people can't read JavaScript. Spiritual JavaScript, not literal JavaScript. Do you see, Sierra? That I'm agreeing with you, but that's why. How pretentious. God's never going to run out of entertainment. Because you realize being mean is equal to being nice. It's equal. The individual being nice will speed its vibration up and feel good about itself. The person being bad will slow its vibration down, but if it still maintains awareness that it's all self, who cares? And if that person needed me to complete them, fuck them. Because you still need to complete yourself. If somebody can take something from you, if somebody can give you something and take it, you still must become independent, actually. So, it's pretentious of us to think good is good and bad is bad, when the individual can only experience what it's capable of. It's created its own experiences. They will foil your bad before it can be achieved, if they've got a good karmic balance. So we're only experiencing the self. And now we think we're so special that we're the ones that are responsible for other people's experiences. You see, what we consider bad is really bringing ourselves into focus. We shouldn't be judging ourselves. That's why the Illuminati, the proper Illuminati, like the one that Jim Carrey got introduced to when he eventually made it, they explained it in such a way where he's like, you can be good or you can be naughty. It's the same thing. You're alone dancing with yourself. So if you want to, you get Easter eggs, clues. Sinister is a form of a clue. That's how this man said, if someone's vibe is too high, it lowers his. That's deep. That's deep, man. That's the exact same difference, yeah. But ISIS, that makes sense, you know, get the rich, successful people that have everything's perfect, no one's ever told them shit, you know. Like Caillou. It's like, I used to belong to an entourage. But my famous person was Caillou. You mean the child actor? No, he's actually a 35-year-old. He used to drive him around town looking for prostitutes, not to have sex with, to beat them up so he could feel for a change. Anyway, he used to rock up on set all drunk, all fucked up. You can't go on set like that, all broken. He's like, shut up! They come to see Caillou. They don't come for the tote bags. And CBS gives a shit. Now put the makeup on me and let me play the boy. Barbara, you're alone in self-judgment. The answer is always, I think, yes. I should make this an age-restricted live stream if you want to, you know. But the answer is yes. That's why I think life should be age-restricted. You know, 18 years, 17 years and below, kept away from everyone else in a container. No internet, nothing. And then when you're 18, then we're allowed to talk to you. Otherwise, it's a weird place where adults are spiritually, karmically constipated, acting out shit that they wish they could do spiritually, but they can't. So they do it physically and get all weird. And then want to talk about it on the internet and, you know, and freak the kids out who are still in development phase. I'd rather have it that you're 18 and then you get released into the collective and everyone's like, ah, fresh fish. I'm going to take advantage of you psychologically. Oh, I'm going to be spiritual. I'm going to take advantage of you. You know, that kind of thing. We live in a strange place where everybody's together learning spiritual things, but that the average person is a child, an average adult is a child when it comes to that. You know how many movies that I've seen where it's like key swapping parties in the movies, and it's always been in our movies. Cable Guy did not have an age restriction, but when Jim Carrey looks for the sweet spot on the wall, everyone knows exactly what that is. I was just young enough not to know what that is. The point is, you live in a demented, perverted world. You grow up in a perverted, demented world. And it's demented because the individuals don't collectively know that they're what they are and how the place functions. And then they think it's cute to entertain a kink, which it is in your own private space. Just like your own unique belief in reality is your kink. You can keep it to yourself. If you share it, it's fine, but remember, you're going to influence everybody else. That's influenced by you. I'm saying that you should be spiritually shamed for existing first and foremost. Then you can go and embrace existing in your kinks. But at first you should be shamed. Because you can't celebrate and have fun and then also complain and be upset at other times of the same experience. And then pretend they're not connected. What purpose would we create that environment to be born into? A universal karmic purge. A universal karmic purge is why we create this environment. So that all alien realities are being balanced. Because then it's not about older, younger, up, down. It's all about energy relating to energy. And if you've manipulated innocence, you're going to get manipulated. And then you have to transcend it and heal yourself and forgive yourself. You don't mean by manipulated innocence. Have you ever lied to someone knowing that they believe you? But then again, I stand in judgment of creation because a lie is still going to contain the topography of truth. And if the person believes the lie, that's their karma. You see, we're liberated in all directions. Crystal, it's funny. Amen, Sierra. Amen. And then it's not like the next generation. I'm talking every year. Let's just think of it a generation. Just do rather. Every year is an energetically more intuitive generation. So it's not like the old school bullshit's going to even affect them. And it used to affect the next generation more so. Now it's like, we're living in a decentralized, different universe. Because you know how long it would take to get a synchronicity before the internet, or before you could move, you know what I mean? Now it's like, I watch TikTok and it's just perpetual synchronicity. Okay? You know, you're going to work through your shit really quickly. As opposed to back in the day, lifetime to lifetime, slowly working out your problem with yourself. I definitely am a spiritual laxative. Amen. Preacher. Thank you, Isis. Kind creature. Yes. Crystal, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Same difference, Sierra. Modern progressives, conservatives. They're mirrors. Within a unified field, they're the one and the same thing. They balances to each other like right, left brain. It's like, yeah, the spirit of money, attack me now. Whoa, that was quick. So, Mia, thank you. That was funny. Amberly. Good morning. And thanks for the likes. Isis, thank you for the rose. Well, they did a thing recently. Thank you again. They did a thing recently where they were doing happiness and contentment levels around the planet, and then a bunch of 20-year-olds were spoken to, and that they basically said that like getting the internet later, like 15, 16, then getting their first iPad or whatever, they were happier than when they had some of the people that got it at like 10, 12. Because to have the whole human experience, like to be just scrolling through things and watching whatever you want, and you've got access to any knowledge, like a sense of wonder could almost be destroyed. A sense of, But then again, final sentiment on all topics. All things work together for good. Sup, Seth? Thanks for the cap. Shot, dude. Sup, Seth Lee? Shot, bro. Love your profile picture. No. Kaylee. Kundalini. Thank you, dude. Thanks for likes. 35. So 35 minutes. I'm live for 2 hours, 35 minutes. Do you guys have anything interesting to Kundalini? What are you doing? Like, anyone got anything interesting happening? It's a completely shut subject change. My world, nothing. Same car goes around the neighborhood, and then again, and then again, and then again. See, you could always get into like a fourth dimensional stutter, you know, where reality is stuttering. In other words, you're traveling at a right angle through the same moment. So it stutters, like the person keeps crossing the road over and over again. Or the good place. The guy's like, I just seen 100 million realities slicing into each other. Oh, the time knives. Yeah, we've all seen the time knives. Crystal, what is it? Hectic ISIS. The time knives. The time knives. Well, I've actually had that experience. We were yesterday where a girl crosses the road, and then I breathe back in, and she literally, like an echo, like an echo. Like, she echoes back into the same position, and then carries it and walks. Reality is definitely we experience reality 2 to 4 seconds after it's already happened. Makes sense, Daniela. I'm getting a ticket, yeah. I can't remember the first one of us. So one of us is about to win lotto, big money. And it's going to be cool when one of us is like, guys, I did it. And we're like, what? Who did it? Me, I won this much. Rad. Because we're all going to celebrate vicariously because we know we're extensions of each other. It's a living game. Crystal, Karen, explain more? It's a living game. It's a terrible thing to lose. Sure. Are you being for real? Is this one of your... I wonder what, no, for reals though, I wonder what the most is on this planet. What's the most? What's the most some business person? It doesn't even have to be a business person. It could just be like a rich person who's got money and they're bored and they're just expressing different ways of spending it. A real life human game. That sounds fun. Do with it. I'm like, I know. Give it to me. So he did. Yeah, a lot of that happening out there. There's a lot of that happening. I think we're all on that same page right now. We're all on the same lotto page. I actually made a point of drawing cash because you can't buy, you can't tap for debit cards. You can't tap for lotto here. So I've made a point of drawing a bunch of cash so that whenever I go to the shop, I can buy tickets, lotto tickets. Did that yesterday. DBC, are you here? I must actually give you proper requests for dice. I finally figured out the way I want them. Now, guys, make yourself some lotto dice. One of us is... Actually, probably a few of us are going to win something. The universe is a rigged illusion. And it doesn't want to stay a mystery. It wants to be... the way it functions, it wants to be known. It'll even use lotto. It'll even use the lotto as a learning tool. Your ability to jump timelines is more valuable than money. Yet your ability to jump timelines should be able to give you money. You should be able to give yourself money. It's as simple as quick pick. I'm jumping to the universe where those numbers are the numbers. Right? It's very powerful, writing stuff down. Nikki, sup Nikki? That was hectic. I couldn't believe that dude. I think I know what you're talking about. Wasn't there one dude who he got out of jail and bought a scratch card and won something like that on scratches? I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure it's the same dude or similar story. Well, technically, I've gotten 5 numbers and a bonus already on the lotto, which is the second highest thing you can get. So if I win, I win, it means, it's a pretty good achievement. Because the odds of you... Actually, no, the odds are the same. The odds don't diminish if you've won. Just like if you flick a coin, it's always 50-50. Just because you've done 5 heads in a row doesn't mean that tails is going to be 6 times more likely to spin. It's always 50-50. If you knew reality was always 50-50, you could just hold slightly what you want and it will always happen. Like training for first responders. Finney 117. Hi. Watermelon sugar. Hi. That's so cool, Chris. Let's actually add some. There's some more space for things. I want to add a few more things that I've made to those. Thank you. That's Garth Vader. That's probably one of my more popular profile pictures. Julie! Because it is 51. It is 51:49. Meaning your natural want will tip 50-50 into slightly in your favor. It's a different kind of want. You get want that creates suffering, then you get other want. It's like ego. You get ego, then you get true ego. You get the want, then you get the want to know true self. The wanting to know true self. Or the wanting to know it as it is. To know reality for what it is, the truth of it. And not some stupid allegory backwards mystery. Fuck. Universe. Straightforward. Simple. Which is that you're always meeting yourself. Always. And if you lock yourself out of the heaven, it's your fault. And heaven is just meeting us, communing with God. If that's not good enough for you, fuck off. Die. You get to meet Creator and know that creation is meeting you as an equal. Yeah, but there's got to be more. Die. You literally, it's the only other option. That's good enough, or there's aging and dying. It's your call. Oh, hectic. Crystal, it's fascinating. Body type your brain wants to run. It's the worst. I don't actually. It's energies. I mean, I can tap into yours and give you an answer, but I don't actually have natural answers for that. That's a chamomile tea, valerian root, head of balm. I don't know. Indica, obviously. That's a good, even better option. Be in motion while in meditation. Mindful that it's all self. Sup, Cat Von Doom? Love that name, Von Doom. Sup, Alicia? Thanks for likes. Never mind, I find someone like you too. Just remember I said. I just keep getting this overwhelming sense of nothing's happening. Meaning it's just your triangulations, nothing. And it's nice and grounded in the fifth. And those who think things are happening are the ones who are still caught up in their metaphor. I don't know if they even exist anymore. Because I'll never meet them. From now on, when I meet people, I meet myself. Which means I should actually spend a third more time not responding to myself or to others. Because it doesn't need any more perfection. It sounded like zoo. Awesome, Kindly. I'm going to log off shortly as well. Have an amazing one, bro. Sweetest dreams, and I'll see you in the highest timeline where everything goes our way. Some more. Some more. Want more good luck on top of itself. More joy. Okay. Fine. Bring it. What's up, Crystal? Thanks for extra likes, dude. Isis, are you still here? You are. Isis, the idea of Christmas lunch with the family, and like everyone gets cool presents, and then they're like, yo, you're doing well. And you're like, yeah, I got this new thing where I get these men to give me money, and I tell them they shit. The whole family's like, what? Excuse me? Yeah, they're called pay pigs. I tell them they fucking cup and they must hand over their cash, and then I tell them to shut up and they can have ramen with no extras. You know what I'm saying? Where the whole family's like, what the... You just dump that on them, that it's even a thing. Like the one guy gave me $150,000. He dressed in his wife's lingerie and cried for an hour. And I had to laugh the whole time. But I got $100,000 for that. $150,000. The whole family's like, what is this world turned into? I'm like, it's spiritual. They're like, it's spiritual. What do you mean? Well, the average human likes to reincarnate and doesn't like to know what life is. It likes to pay the ultimate price, and then cry, and then who's he? He knows. He knows what? He knows. Who's he? Take care. Bye. Log off quickly, shortly as well. Who's he? I don't know who he is. Who is he? You mean your son? Well, you have a son, right? Don't you? 10-year-old. 10-year-old son, don't you? I was saying Christmas with the parents and the extended brothers and sisters, and just, you got all these people who are going to be doing my daughter's dad. Oh, yeah, that's fine, whatever. But I'm saying, yeah, I mean, cool. But I'm more of a comedy scenario, where you've got this, like, you know, everyone's got their jobs, accountants and things, and they've never ever heard of that. But they're very happy that you're doing well, you know. Now, I'm thinking of just as a comedy scenario. A part of me hates people. So it's like I want to inflict weird shit on them. especially when I can translate the weird shit as a spiritual overdose. The idea that there's someone out there doing that, it's like, yo, you're doing that. Every family member is doing that spiritually to themselves. Because they don't choose to figure out the nature of reality. Because they're going to pay. Because they're going to apply mind, erroneous thought to reality. And therefore have to suffer at some point. But they love it. They love it. Can't get enough of it. Can't get enough. More. I love it, sure, frankly, because my whole thing is ISIS. It's really sinister of me. I'm going to admit that. But my last thing I'm going to admit, the idea of girls hating on men so they can be empowered because in a parallel lifetime they abused a girl. So you incarnate as a girl so you can experience yourself. And now your answer is to empower yourself while diminishing the men. Great solution. Fucking stupid. But great solution, because I want all the men and women to hate each other so they stop breeding. It's working, by the way. So I'm like, no, you guys are the same thing. You did it. Oh, and you're not the same. And don't trust the men. Oh, no, woman, no. It's you doing it to you, lifetime, in and out, back to front. So I'm happy. I want conflict so the individual retreats. I want humans to retreat into themselves, for the most part, and therefore discover themselves, get to know themselves. And then the breeding drops off. So it's sinister, but it's cool. It's rad. Go woman. Men are nothing. I can't even pretend to entertain that. It's like we're not women or men. Which is great, because that's you doing your troll thing, which is fantastic. Exactly, Isis. I'm going to go now. 2 minutes later. So Isis, what you up to? Like, what do you want, loser? Nothing. Okay, I'm going to go now. Isis, stay amazing. Stay true to yourself. Everybody else, having a super amazing rest of your day. Thank you for a great conversation. Shame, Crystal. It's horrible, eh? But it wasn't your fault, Crystal. Girls used to act submissive. And we thought they liked it. In the Renaissance times, girls would be like, I've just met you. Why are you flinching? I'm submissive. I want... Like, what are you doing? Why are you pointing your butt at me, weirdo? Girls were weird during Renaissance times. She's like, you hardly hit me. I'm like, I know, I don't like to hit girls. My ex-husband hit me. I don't, just like his horse. Okay, that's cool. I don't want to hit you like my horse. But my ex did. He liked it if I neighed. What the fuck's wrong with you? You know, so just for a second I exaggerated there, but there's only times in societies where girls go, I thought you liked that. Whoa. So that you eventually put yourself into a submissive trance. And then you go, wait, this is abuse. You're gaslighting me. And then the guy's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? You just spent how long conditioning me to believe that's what you liked, just to flip the script on me. Giggle, laugh about it. Wait, is this the universe taking the piss out? It is. It's still the universe taking the piss out of itself. Meaning, I'll yin yang your ding dong after you flick flack your flick. Once you think you figured it out, it'll just flip it around on you. You see, guys. Tell me. It's not that there's no work out there. You're just not being creative enough. Okay, cool. I'm logging off now. So everybody stay amazing. Stay true to yourself. And everybody, good luck with your karma. Thank you so much for the roses, Isis. Well, aren't I doing that in a way? Not really. It's a combination of complimenting and insulting, spiritually. Like, guys, it's all you. The best of me is you. But you're comically constipated. But you're going to figure it out tomorrow, one step at a time. Nothing changes. I thought you said one step at a time. Anyway, as long as I can handle what I'm dishing out. Okay, cool. Logging off. You guys are amazing. Stay amazing. You're God's gift to itself. And you'll only find out tomorrow what God's building. And then tomorrow, it's like, tomorrow you're going to find out what you're making of yourself. Tomorrow is the day. I can feel it. Crystal, have an amazing one. And Crystal, enjoy Secret Knock. Did. You just do that. You go, and you stop and you look around. And you see who goes, did. And you run and you jump at that person. And attack them. They volunteer to be attacked. Isis, thank you so much. Hard-earned roses. God, what do you think of creation? Do you think it's a divine matrix or a karmically constipated piece of shit? It's both. It's a karmically constipated piece of shit and it's a divine matrix. That's cool, Chris. Enjoy it, eh? Have so much fun. I know it's going to be a special one. Isis, bless you. But it also made me feel weird gifting me your pay pig money. I kind of don't really mind. I'm just pretending. Thank you so much, Isis. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I'm obviously thinking of now that for the first time, Isis. What do you mean the divine feminine? Yes. There is. Explain creation to me. Is. What else is there to say? Cool. Arrivederci, sayonara, Arita Zane, tot sense, bye. And I love you all very much. But like, not like agape, like amor. Only love half of it. The love of, I see my eternal nature in you people. You're my tribe. I love you guys. Have a good day. Remember, God's going to rig reality. Well, you're going to rig reality in your favor. You can't gift as I'm about to log off. Well, you can, but don't. Isis is literally toying with me. She knows it. Okay, bye. This is it. Out of here. Arrivederci.